Welcome back. I'm going to take you on practice trading with me again today. So this morning I tried to trade in real time and some crazy stuff happened that I'll show you. So like this was happening. It was looking very normal, a normal trend. And I woke up at about like 5:30 or so. And all of a sudden there was this like huge drop out of nowhere with not really any indicator that no indication that was going to happen. Turns out it was like a news related event. And then we started to come back up again, and there was another huge drop. And I found that there was a bunch of financial news that came out throughout the morning. So this is normally my time that I like to trade, like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And look at how volatile it was this morning compared to, like, normally I stay away from this actual regular opening range because it's normally too volatile and crazy for me. And so this morning, the pre-market session was just as volatile as the normal market session. So I wasn't able to make any trades today because I didn't feel confident in this kind of market. So we'll practice on a backdate today. I found this website that gives me a random day. And I can enter in the start and stop day that I have in my data, backdate data. So here, let's find some dates. We're going to go back to July 25th will be our first day that we're going to go back to. I haven't traded in July in a while. 25th, I think it was, yeah. And we're going to go to 6 o'clock because that is when I most likely can trade on most days. Okay, so we're in somewhat of a downtrend overall. And I can kind of see that we're still somewhat in a downtrend, although it is very, very, like a very shallow slope. Or I would call it this, possibly, depending on what happens after this, because this might have just been like an attempt to break out. And on the bottom, it might be something like this. And this was another attempt to break out in the other direction. Okay, so we've got some down. We came up, had a double top. We came down. We had a lot of selling pressure right here. And then we kind of went up and down, not really sure what we were going to do here. And then we started going back up again. Okay, so I think we might be towards the top of the channel, and especially since this one has a tall wick on top and no wick on the bottom, that makes me think that it has, it's losing its upward momentum, because this tells me that price went up and then it came back down to here. Like we couldn't sustain the price that was up here. So let's see what happens next. Oh no, I've been having this happen to me where it just it won't go forward and it won't let me. I don't know why this is happening. Let me try to reload it. Replay. That was July 25th, 6 o'clock, select. All right. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so, I thought it was going to be a downward bar, but it's actually a really strong trend up bar. So it's possible that this line is just in the wrong place. You know, maybe it really is more like this. That's very possible. But I'm not wanting to buy right now. And the reason why I'm not wanting to buy is because if I were to enter right here, I feel like a safe stop loss, I would have to go all the way down here for my stop loss. And I don't, if you look at the risk versus reward here, let me show you exactly. If I entered right here, I feel like my stop loss would need to be at least down to there, right? Because that's the last low. And my profit target, if I'm looking at this trend line, maybe there. So you can see the risk versus reward ratio is just not good for me to enter right here, even though this is a strong trend bar. So I'm going to try to wait for it to come back up to here and then wait for it to start to come back down before I'm going to buy. Okay, so we've gone up and we've touched this bar, so maybe we will start to reverse soon. Also, look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green bars in a row. That's a pretty good amount of pressure, of buying pressure. Okay, so now we have our first red. And look, see, if I just like kind of move this line, this totally makes sense as a place that we would come down. This seems consistent with our other highs. Yeah. And overall, we are going lower mostly. The only thing that we're not going lower in is, you see how this one had like we had our low, an extreme low right here, and then this one had a higher low. But I think I'm going to sell here, because I'm trying to decide if this is like a tiny pullback and then we're going to keep going up. Because you see right here, whenever we came back, like it was like a really solid downward bar that would have given me a lot of confidence that we're going down. And that started a really strong selling pressure streak. This one also was really strong. So this one's like not that strong, which makes me scared that maybe this buying pressure is just so strong that it's going to keep going up, even though we are at the top of a trading range. Okay, I'm going to try to sell here. That is what I think is going to happen. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We started to come down, but then we kind of came up again. So now the question is, do I want to exit right here, or do I think we're going to continue to go down? Although it is a green bar, we did not go above the previous green bar. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set of course, I hate how much loss that is. But I'm going to set that and I'm going to see what happens next. Because what I would hate to happen is to have like a really huge solid green bar that goes all the way up. That would suck. Okay, that is good. I am happy with that. I'm going to flatten right there. Okay, and what time is it? It is 6:20. So I started at 6 o'clock, and I only had to watch I watched one bar. I entered on the second bar. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and I'm done. For the day, I would really be done. 265, I am very happy with that. Okay, so I am happy for the day, and I would be like logging off of my computer and finishing at this point. We will continue on for a little while just to see if there's anything else that's a really good setup, and just to kind of like go through and practice some more. Okay, so now what I'm expecting is us to keep coming down the trend channel. Let's see if that happens. Yes. Oh, okay, well, maybe not. You know, like this could be just like a pullback, and maybe we are going to break out again. Because you see, like we tried to break through this trend channel right here, and we couldn't. And also we tried downward, and we couldn't. So maybe we're going to come up. Let's see. Okay, this shows that we're really not sure what we want to do. Another, not really giving us much direction here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I think we will probably continue on down this trend channel. Let's see. Yep. This is a nice solid trend, because like, look, we have this one maybe was a little bit red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting some good, like, you see how it has like a lot of like a lot of red and then a lot of green. I like it when that happens, because it's a lot easier to trade in that kind of market where we're not like flip-flopping every other bar. Okay, we came up again. This might just be a pullback and we might be coming back down more. Especially since you see how like we tried to go up more and we could not. That makes me think that this bar is not going to continue going up. But I don't know enough. I don't feel confident enough in that I would make a trade based off of that bar. Okay, yep, another red. Yep. Oh. Now we're going the other. Now we're getting into more of a pattern where we're taking steps down. You see, we're like taking a small amount down, coming back up, taking a little bit more down, coming back up a little bit more down. Like it's more stair-steppy. So that might mean that something is, you know, like we're not going to continue with this trend channel. We might be changing into a different type of structure. That's a good bar. Yeah, and we're just going back and forth. I think this, let's see how long this, oh. Okay, 7:30. I do find a lot of times it's like 7:30, between 7:30 and 8, we start getting much more volatile bars. And this is a super volatile bar. I mean, look at it. We basically went from the top of this entire trend channel to nearly the bottom of the trend channel. And I mean, really, depending on how you drew it, maybe I would bet this is the correct trend channel. It spanned that entire thing. So I always want to be out of the market personally before this happens, because you could very easily lose in either direction when you have such large wicks. Okay, and we are going up, it looks like. See how we were losing, we were still heading down, but we were like losing our momentum, which is also I think consistent with the overall pattern. Like you see how before we were moving down a lot, and now it was like a very shallow downward slope. And so typically I find as the slope gets shallower and shallower and we're almost entering a trading range, then we're about to have like some kind of big move in possibly the opposite direction, or sometimes in direction, but there's just going to be some kind of big move happening. So I'm expecting right here, that we'll keep going up again, I think. And I'm wrong. But that's also not a bar that makes me think we're going to completely go in the opposite direction. Like if this was a large red bar, I would say we would go in the opposite direction, like more of a trading zone kind of thing. But I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know. My inclination is that this is just going to be a small pullback and then we'll keep going up. Okay, yeah. That's similar to what I was thinking. Now this bar, because we have like a, price tried to go down and it very much rejected going down and it went up, and we have a very, very small wick on top. So this bar has like momentum heading upward. So I would probably expect that we'll keep going up from here. A little bit, but that's also still like a momentum bar. So we might go up more, but it's a small body. So let's see. Nah, we're done going up. And that's a very, has a lot of momentum. And you see how we barely have any wick on that side. That makes me think we're going to keep going down. No, I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me ever. I know nothing. And also, this is why I don't trade in this time, because I feel like I know nothing in this time. Let's just go through these quicker. So now it looks like we're doing a large leg up, a little pullback, a kind of large up, a kind of big single bar pull down, and then we're going back up again. So I think we're just doing this stair step, but like a more steep stair step kind of thing going up. Oh, okay. Nope, now we're going down. And up. Okay, I don't feel like this is probably helpful. So that is my practice for the day. And if you have any questions about anything that I did, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to answer them.